Hi friends, my name is Rodante and welcome back to the Chances No Mere Happenstance. So this is where we stopped in the first episode, and then I did a different version because Kevin said that there was not enough dynamics and whatever didn't really feel right. So I rethought a bit everything, made it more dynamic and more pointing directly at us, like the symmetrical composition. It feels a lot more like epic and cyberpunkish in that sense. So we have pretty cool laughing mouths and all that. Also, apparently I accidentally removed the syringes. Give me a second. Yeah, so here are the syringes. They require some work. They look not exactly fun at the moment. They're supposed to look like they're injecting a horrible, super addictive drug, because that's the part of the story. So there we have it. Now, after I painted this version, this is actually like a 40-minute sketch. So Kevin said that the first mouth was a bit more expressive, sort of. And also, we read your comments, Franz, and you had a pretty great collection of ideas. And particularly the one about the mouth, that it doesn't look very seductive, it looks kind of disgusted or something. Especially in the second version, and I know why it looks a bit worse than the first version, because we have more teeth showing up. Because the angle is a bit from the top, but I'm showing as much teeth as before, if not even more. And that makes it look like the upper lip is very high, and that's a disgust expression. So we'll fix that, but also, someone in the comments had a great idea of biting a lip. So we'll probably do that, because that's really like the only expression of seduction that would actually work without a hint of disgust. Because otherwise, most of seductions is going on in the eyes and everything, but lips, they're just mostly just open a bit and that's it. When you're just doing without any aggressive kind of hint in the seduction. Which is a thing, but it wouldn't really work well when we don't see the rest of the face. So yeah, biting lip is a great idea, let's do that. So now let's keep working on this sketch. And also we should choose some kind of sci-fi-ish font for the title, and then work a bit on it to make it a bit customized or something, I don't know. It's always painful to cover the composition with the title because the smiles in here are so cool. The laughing mouths in here are so cool and dynamic. But I don't know where to put title if not there. So yeah, take a closer look at what the full color sketching looks like in my understanding. So everything looks super weird when you zoom in, because this is how you don't care about silhouettes. You just place spots whenever you want to see them. I'm still experimenting with this whole technique of no silhouette painting, but yeah, I'm not gonna shut up about it. So I mostly work in just one layer, copying it, just in case my hand and brain will fail me today. So yeah, let's keep searching. Let's do the lip biting and then see what we will get from that. Okay, looking cool. Now let's improve the nastiness of syringes. Syringes? I don't know. So the drug should look kind of like bright, pale, swamp-ish color. Some nasty stuff. This is a great stage to use the move tool, which is a new brush that I was talking about in the previous video. A really great way to just quickly change proportions or move something without selecting. Adding some shadows from the smiles onto the box, conveniently improving the visibility of the box in the background. It was kind of like merging with the background. These smiles really remind me of Tom Cruise laughing meme. Okay, let's work on the font. We should use something simple, something mostly like default, but with very vertical and horizontal lines, like square kind of shapes. Okay, no serifs, please. Okay, this is almost cool. This is actually kind of interesting idea. But I guess it's not the cyberpunk about hackers. Well, not too much, so shouldn't use like system style font. Okay, I think let's use that ochre or whatever it was, this, and just distort it a bit. So let's work a bit more. I kinda like this bright font actually, but not white. It's just bright gray. Kinda works best. I don't know, shadows probably not a good idea, so let's keep it this way. Maybe we'll just change the colors of the image of the painting to fit better with the font. But as Kevin said, it's really a good idea to start working with fonts during the development of the image if it's a cover to begin with. So I'm adding some more shadows on this open gate of the box. It creates really cool effect, like these smiles really feel a lot more like they're actually here. Let's actually add tongues maybe. That's probably a good idea. I don't know how this comes up on the video after editing, but I'm so silent right now. Like I talk so little, because I really try to think in 3D, and whenever I start commenting, I immediately switch to just following the existing details, which is a wrong thing to do. Kinda have to learn to see in 3D and talk at the same time, which is a bit of a new thing for me now. I imagine how this will look like when I'll be streaming. Inner sides of cheeks. They're supposed to be lit as well. They're not black. This looks a lot better now. So I finally read the story, and it's really awesome. Like, really awesome. I read it like immediately. I started reading it and I finished it right away. It's not long, it's a short story of like few chapters, like 5 or something. But for me, that's a lot to read in one sitting, because I don't read at all. And that was really cool. Well, I mean, it's like a story of a criminal, and that's always interesting to read, you know? That's like a special thing, I don't know. Like, usually I like fantasy and sci-fi and stuff like that, but for instance, I specifically love movies about mafia. It's just always so fun to watch, I don't know. And here it's like sci-fi mafia. Like, add zombie to that and I'll forget who I am. From happiness. But the best part about it is the way that this is a prequel to Salmon Amongst Trouts, and it like opens a completely different picture about everything that happened, because Salmon is really a very like semi-abstract, semi-dream kind of story, but it has like a direct connection to this story, the Chance is no mere happenstance. And that's really cool. It always feels kind of awesome when a character has more than one piece of story. Meaning, when there's just one story, in that case, there is a story, and inside of it, there's a character. But when it's more than one story, it's like there is a character, and there are stories about them. So character becomes bigger than just one book. He becomes a person. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I was like pretty excited about all of this morning, and I'm always surprised when I'm excited about a book. Let's add some more of a fun colors in the background, like right above the box. A bit more bright and vibrant color. Just wanna increase the contrast and whatever feels right. It's so weird, I always segregated all the paintings in separate layer, like background from the character and all. But since I started like doing it all in one layer, it's so pleasant to do it this way, like when you increase the brightness of something and you just paint over objects and you just define them a bit better. Because again, you didn't define any silhouettes yet, so you still don't do it, and it's not a problem that you have to walk around it because you're not gonna ruin anything. You don't have to be super accurate with the silhouette anyway. And that's like the only thing you could be using layers for. Okay, at this point we have all the details except for the money, so let's work on that. Let's give it a hint of $100 bill. So I went a bit paler green, because $100 bill is really not that green. It's even like a lot less green than I painted. Mr. Franklin is looking not so good today. Okay, final touch. Let's add some highlights on the syringes. So as you can see, the details in general can be really blurry, but highlights, it's always important to make them very high detail. Like, highlights have to be at a final scale of itself. It's a very bright spot, it's the brightest spot of any object. That means it's attracting the most amount of attention. So it's really important to make highlights just the way they would look in reality. Like, we can't go with blurry big highlights on glass or plastic syringes. So that's the thing. It's kinda cool adding depth to the glass of the syringe on the edges of these bright spots of the actual drug. Like in here, getting darker a bit to the edge, it feels a lot more like it's inside of the glass. Cool. Oh yeah, this looks a lot better. Especially with a bright highlight and then this darkening, really feels like something inside of the glass. Cool. Well, this is mostly it, I guess. We'll definitely work on final touches, final changes with Kevin on this, especially on the font. But for most part of the work, this is it. So this is probably the last episode. Tell us what you think. I really love the smiles thing. So cool looking. So expressive. Especially awesome, and Kevin also said it's kinda cool, the way they stretch in the upper part. They look like they're like very dynamic. Like they're super loud, laughing right in your ear or something. So that's kinda cool. So yeah, I think we'll go with the bright font like this. Is this what we had in the beginning of the episode? Yeah, I guess so. Wow, I did a lot of work. I had no idea. It's so easy just working without moving between layers, just adding some spots here and there. This looks so much closer to the final product than this. Cool. It's been 2 hours straight. So yeah, 2 hours plus half an hour. This whole cover, this version of the cover, was just 2.5 hours. Again, there's some extra final touches left, but that's like maybe extra half an hour of work. So there's that, about 3 hours to finish a pretty expressive painting. I kind of feel like stretching the text even more vertically. It feels kind of right, kind of spiky and a bit retro, a bit cyberpunk even more. I don't know why I like it stretched, but I guess I'll leave it at this stage for now. So yeah, this is Chance is no mere happenstance. I'm not sure when and how you'll be able to get this story. There'll probably be some kind of link in the description, or Kevin will tell you in the comment section, so if you're interested to read this, then you know where to look for it. And I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. Don't eat food that has a TV commercial. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! No, Tom Cruise. Stop laughing at me. No!